part 2, continuing the email verification, we're trying to have the app password to provide it to our NoteMailer package actually. So let's get into the Gmail. I think I'm already logged in, so you have to be logged in again yourself. Are you logged in? Should we continue together? Are you here? Great. Here in this part, in the right part, you have your account. There is a manage your Google account. If you click on that, you should see something like this. Do you see that? All right. So there is a search bar here. Just type app. Let's search for app passwords or something like that. App passwords. This one. I'm going to click on it. I think it gives you a pop-up to you to log in again. I think, yeah, like me now. And unfortunately, I don't know my password Gmail. I have to. If you believe me or not, 2-3 days ago I've changed the password and I don't remember it again. So I need to log in another way. But log into your Gmail anyway. I received it in my phone, I think. Uh, 107019. Yeah, it's me. Let me in. Update password. I will do it later. Just let me in for now. All right. You should come somewhere here, something like that. Yes? Or maybe it's different.
Yeah, I'm not finding it.
You're not finding it?
No.
Okay, let's do it again. Here, manage your Google account. And here, did you search for app passwords? Yeah, if you type app pass, it's going to give you this app passwords. Do you have it?
No.
Oh, maybe there is, if you're first time, maybe there should be a setup for that. But guys, others, how about others? If no one, okay, let's share one of your screen. Mickey, wanna share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Do you see it?
Yes. Let's search for.
This one is from DCI. Should I use my own?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, maybe that's why.
I think DCI Gmail is a bit different.
Okay, yeah. I think now might work. App passwords.
You don't have it, but there is a sign in with app passwords.
Yeah. Should I click? But it was different from yours.
Yeah, it is, but let's give it a try because I think we need first set up something. Oh no, let's do it for the first time. Let me see, because I think first we need to set up something and I don't remember it. Let me search on my side. Set up passwords in Gmail. Let me see what I get. Signing with app passwords, okay. No. How to create an app password on Gmail? Let's see. So we have to go there and we have to go to the security section in the left side. Okay.
Just a second, I lost it. Okay, where I have to go?
So make it your, yeah, in the left side of the menu bar, you have a security section. Click on that. Great. Now go to two-step verification, this one. So everyone can do the same. Now log in. You like me don't remember?
Yes.
All right, try to log in.
Oh. Okay.
Fantastic. You're in. Now scroll. Turn on two-step verification, I think. Let me see. Click on that. No. Scroll down.
I can't anymore.
Oh, please. Okay. It's just the old thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me check. Security button, verification, and scroll down until you see app passwords. It says scroll down. Should we? Can you turn?
Still the end. Turn on two-step verification?
No, don't turn it off. Is there any search bar now?
No.
So your account is protected to step verification.
This is the whole page.
Okay, let me check. Passkey and security keys. Add a security key. I think maybe you have to set up a two-step verification first. So choose one of them. Yeah, this one. Your device support user security.
Maybe it's easier.
Yeah, give it a try.
Okay, it's like saying you have to do that from another device, not from this one. What did you do, Nikki? Did you do it from another device?
Yes, from my phone, but it's not working.
So it says your device doesn't support that. So if you scan it with your phone, I think you can do it with phone.
Yes, I'm doing it from my phone, but it's connecting.
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth. I have to open Bluetooth. Okay. It's on.
Is it the same for the others?
It's the same for me, almost, yes, I think, because maybe it's because of our DCI machines, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all good. No, it's not about that. Let me check somewhere else if we need to security. Click on this two verification. Yeah, exactly. It's telling that you have to set up the two-step verification first, and then it opens for you the app passwords.
Okay, I also scanned the code, but it's telling me the request application could not be launched.
Oh,
So, or even my phone. I mean,
all right. Can you give it a, can you go to, Mickey, can you go
Yes.
to your Gmail again?
Mm-hmm.
You can keep this for now here. Yeah, click on the manage your account. Let's give it a try. Can you type app passwords? I just want to see if it's open now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's open now. So I think you don't need to do anything. You just, when you log in with 2F, it's enough. And then you can just search for app passwords and then it should be open for you. Is it for everyone? Yeah, great. Jakub says yes. Lotfi says yes. Okile.
Perfect. But stop sharing.
You can have it so far here. Don't go
Okay.
anywhere, but you can stop sharing. We can share the Okile's screen
Thank you.
that you see. You're welcome. I did this a long time ago. I think, I don't know, I don't remember it, that we needed to log in first. Yeah, Shinedu, want to share your screen? Yeah, it was Okile, yeah, sorry.
oh, sure. Let me share my screen. Sorry.
All right, let me see. You're sharing two screens.
Just a moment.
All right. So you are in. I think it's all good now. If you go back to in the right side, your picture profile. Yeah, here exactly. So here, just try to search for in the top search Google account.
How
Search
to
for
comes this time?
app passwords. Oh, for you, it's not there yet. Let's click on the, yeah, because two-step verification is off. In the downside, I can see. Go down. No, here. See? No. First. Two-step verification. This one it's still off. You have to turn it on.
Okay.
So click on turn on two-step verification. Now it's on. So it should work now. Go back to your app passwords.
Okay. Oh,
So you have to go back again to your so try to search app passwords. Let's see. Yeah, you have it.
it's there now, I think. Yeah.
Great. That's it. Now, from now on, I'm going to tell you what to do. Is everyone working now? So you have to turn on the two-step. Shinedu, let's share your screen.
Oh, I stopped sharing. Sorry.
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Shinedu, can you go fast?
Yeah.
To turn it on. Can you cancel this step and let's do it together? Let me see from where it's coming.
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay, put your phone number then. Let's. But you don't need, I think. Can you cancel this part?
For me.
Click on turn on
Yeah.
two-step verification.
So it's requesting
So
my
it's
phone number.
it wants you. So then put
I
your
need to
phone
add
number.
my phone
Yeah.
number. I did it.
Great.
Look at this.
Make sure, I don't know, after that, maybe you receive a text or something. Do you need to do that? Or no?
Or try with passkey, it's easier. You can scan it from your phone.
Yeah. I see your screen is freezed. I don't see what you're doing, I think. It's too slow.
Right. My connection is bad.
Yeah, it's very delayed. I think
Yeah.
about 15 seconds. Give it.
What is this? Can you see it now? Yeah. Maybe let me stop and let me stop and share again.
Okay.
Can you see now?
Yes. I see. I see us. Okay. Invalid number. Try again. So the number is wrong.
This is my phone number.
Can you cancel that and try to do it another way with which way was easier, Mickey? You did?
With the passkey.
Yeah, do it with the
Passkey
passkey
and
then.
Security
Oh.
keys.
Okay.
If you have the same Gmail on your phone, it will be much easier if you do it with the passkey and security. That another option. Can you cancel this and try with that? Oh, it's so slow.
Oh, just cancel, yeah.
So I have to cancel this one and
Yeah.
the
Yeah, use another option. Yeah, pass.
I already cancelled. But nothing is happening when I click on the passkey.
Nothing is happening.
Maybe you have to click at the arrow there. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was working.
Oh, my connection is bad. It's still loading.
Yeah, you know what? Let's. It's okay. Let's just stop it.
see
We
if I can
continue,
change
and then I can solve it later in the breakout room with you. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes?
Let me just turn off my connection and
Okay.
put it on again.
Great. We can continue, and then I'm gonna solve your problem then after break, because we have 45 minutes, and let's see. So everyone else is fine now. You have that page, which app name. All right, let me share my screen. All right, let me close this. So here, you can give it any name that you want. I'm gonna give it, let me get rid of that because I had that before. You can name it whatever you want. So it's about NodeMailer, I'm gonna name it NodeMailer. Or it's about any project, you can name it any project, okay? Create. When you click on the create, it wants me to log in again. Let me log in. I don't know if it wants it from you or not, but because it took a bit time. Let me do it again. Um, 337405. Yeah, Google, it's me. Thank you, it's me. Please let me in. I update it later. Okay, app name, Node Mailer. When you click on create, it gives you this password. For everyone is different. So if you click on done, it's gone forever. Again, you have to create a new one. So make sure that you copy that. After when you copy, you're gonna come to your, here, you put your email here and the password. So I'm gonna paste it here. All right, clear? Great. Fantastic. Try to change here also to your own email because this is mine. So the from will be changed to whatever is your email. If you want put a text, whatever, but doesn't matter. Oops. And that's it, the only thing that you need to change. The rest is fine.
We have replaced the password here too, right?
We have what?
We have replaced the password where we together with the email, right?
Yeah, your own email, the email that you were creating this password.
Okay.
And then this password. Yeah. The email should be the one that you just logged in to create the app password and so on. Also the same here, because it's from the sender, from you. It should be your email also. Great, let's do that. We want to do it in the registration, correct? Because we want to send the email only the verification email, only when the user is successfully registered in our database. After it's registered in our database, we want to send an email to this user. Okay, this means inside of our user router, somewhere here, we have our registration, which is create new resource, somewhere here. Okay. Yeah, anyone said something? Okay, your microphone is on. I don't know if you're asking something.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So after we create, after a request is coming, we hash the password, we replace the hash password with the raw password, and we save it to the database. Fantastic. After we save it to the database, here, we need to send the email. Okay, here sending the email verification. We need to import the send email function. Okay, so what we named it, what was it, verification? Yeah, this one. The verification, send verification email, which is inside of utils/send email object for me. Make sure you are importing that. Yeah. So if you check, if you hover on the, where is, if you hover on this function, it's telling you two things. It's receiving two things. The first one is to, like email to who is the user that in register. Yeah, we provide the registered user here and a link. So the link is looking like the endpoint. We don't have still that endpoint, but it will be a get endpoint. I'm going to explain why it's a get. And then http / local host. So this is my server that is running. Yeah, your server could be somewhere else, like 5,000 or something. /API we have defined in the server /API /user or users. Let me check. Users. /API /users. And let's have after that /verify, let's say. And then after verify, let's have a unique ID. So the unique ID will be something like that. We need to create a unique ID, or so to say, a unique ID. The other naming of unique ID, you can call it token. So tokens are IDs, so to say, that they are unique. We need to create a unique token, so to say, for each user that is trying to register. And we put that unique ID inside of the link and send the email. Go! Something like that. All right? And this endpoint, we don't have it yet, because when they click on this, the request comes to this endpoint. And we don't have such an endpoint /verify / a token. See? Nothing. We will create that soon, but we need also to save this unique token and the user information, like the ID of user, into the database in a separate collection or a separate schema. Like we need to save something like this. The user that is, let's say, the user that is registered has an ID. That ID is this one, object ID that the user created, the MongoDB created for that. That's the user ID, an object ID, so to say. And then we will have the token also that we created for this user. And let's say this is the token we created. That's a unique, let's say, token. And we save this to the database because we need to get track of which user has which token that we send it into the email. Because when the user clicks on the email, this token that we put it inside of the link, also we have it in the database. So we can receive the token with params, so to say, and we go to the database, we find the user that has this token. So when we find it, then we know which user was that. It's just an ID, but we know every user has an ID in the database. It could be, for example, Mazam. Then we know, oh, that was Mazam, clicked on that. Okay, let's verify Mazam to true. All right, so you need to get track of the link or the token that you send it already to email to that special user. You need to have it in your database, because later when they click on that, it comes to this endpoint. We need to find who clicked on this with this token. So, does that make sense what I'm telling? It could sound complicated, but the theory. Yeah,
you just generate the token automatically, or?
Yes, automatically we generate the token.
Okay.
There are different ways. I don't know. There is a UUID. Do you know it? A package. It creates a. I don't know.
Yeah, I've used that before. UUID.
Yeah, the UUID creates a random ID. So we can use that, for example. Yeah. So such a thing goes to the database. This means if you want to save this into the database, you need a schema for that, and you need a model for that. So a verification schema that has a user and a token. All right, let's create a schema for that. That schema has only a user, which is an object ID, the type, and a token, which is a string or something. All right, or maybe a number, I don't know. UUID creates a number or a string. We will check. So, first thing first, we will come back to this. Let's comment out all of this garbage for now. Why I get error? What's the problem? Module not found. I think Node more. It cannot import Node Mailer because we haven't installed that. Yeah, let's install Node Mailer first, that we get rid of this error. npm install Node Mailer. All right, it's installed, and I think it's happy now.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jay. I didn't really get what is this Node Mailer.
Yeah. When we see it in action also makes more sense, but it's good before we understand what is happening. When we create a user, like a user comes to register, we register to the database. Fantastic. And then after that, we want to prepare a nice email. In that email that we want to send, the only thing that we want to put in the email is a link. Yeah, this email, this link is referring to one of our endpoints, which we don't have it yet. So it should be somewhere here. We create that. This endpoint, when the user clicks on that, let's say this is inside of the email, this link, and every user needs a unique token or a unique ID, something look like this. For every user that registers is different, so it's unique. That's why we can get track of who clicked on the button. Okay, we put this into an email, we send it. The user clicks on that, it will come to this endpoint. So somewhere in our code, somewhere here we're gonna handle that. And then we need to just only get access to this unique ID with params. Yeah, we take it with params and say, okay, there is a unique ID. Let me see who is this person that clicked on the button. How you can know that? You need to first save it into the database. Somewhere in a database, you need to save a document that is like when you created the user, before you send the email, you need to say, okay, the user with this ID, because when you create the user in a database, MongoDB gives you an ID, an object ID. It looks like something like that. Yeah? So we say, okay, this user with this ID, and then we create a token for that, and then also with this unique token, we put it into our database. Somewhere in our database, we keep it, and we have it in our database until the user clicks on this button. In the email, they click on the button, we take this unique ID with rect.params, and we go to our database. We say, find the document or the user that has this ID, this unique ID. We compare them. When we find it, then we know who clicked on that based on the user ID. And then when we know who clicked on that, we change the user from verified false to verified true. And that's it. Does this make sense? Or is just still not? Maybe this part. Anybody else? Any response? All right, let's do it. So first of all, if you want to save something like this in a database, you need a schema for that. Let's create the schema. So the schema and model. So here I'm going to create verification. Verification.js. I don't know what is a good name, but it's about verification. Let's create fast a schema for that. Import mongoose from mongoose const. We're gonna have the model to the structure and schema from mongoose. Const verification schema So only two things we want to save to the database. One, the user, like who created, who just registered, and we send the email to the user. And the type is object ID, which means we need to relate it to our database, because here we want to just put the ID of the user that was registered to the database. Do you remember how to do it? How to relate two databases together? So we have user model here. I want to relate them to verification here, that they are connected. In this way we can get track of which user has which token. How did you do this? What should I write type here? Should I write type string, number?
Schema row types.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the object ID.
Schema dot types dot object ID. This line, just to make it simple for you, if you didn't understand that day of this, what it does, like relating databases or relating collections together, imagine Instagram, okay? You're scrolling, you're logging into your Instagram, you're scrolling, you put a comment, you write a comment. How Instagram knows that Okile, with Instagram account Okile123, that's the username of Okile in Instagram, for example, putting this comment, how they know which user put it, which comment? How they get track of that? In this way, you need to get track of which user, and it depends on what you do. Here is verification schema, then I connect the user to my collection of users that I have. I use the ID of each user, and then maybe I want to get track of the token, let's say, add a token to that. Or let's say if you are having a shopping registration, online shop website, when the user logs in, how do you get track of each user's order or favorite product or whatever? Because you need to know which user has which order, let's say. The same way, maybe you have order schema, and your order schema looks like price, product ID, let's say. Let me get rid of so here you have product ID, and the product ID is the type number, and let's say type number. I just write it short, it's syntactically is wrong, but you know what I mean. Type is number, and then product name. Yeah, and then product name is like type string, and then you have a product price. It's just about a product, yeah? But how you want to get track of this order schema, which this product was ordered by who? You need to know who, and that's how you connect them. And they say, okay, that's definitely a user in my database, the collection of users, and if you want to relate them together is through the ID of the user. And in this way you connect them together. And then when someone orders something, you know who ordered, what ordered. Does that make sense? All right, that's the point. Also the same thing, it's not about order, it's about a verification link, so to say. And if you create a token and put this token or unique ID in your link, you need to get track of which token is for which user. And that's why we connect them together. We say, okay, the user coming from my database, and whatever is the ID of that, I'm going to put that here. And then it could be a unique token here. Then I know which user has which token in my database. Okay? So in this way. Now the token, let's say the type, I really don't know UUID creates a string or number. I really don't remember it, but let's put it for now a number. And if you save something, and you have to define actually here, if it's an ID, you should refer it to which collection, because we have the collection here, user ID, we named it user. So you have to refer it to which collection in your database it's related. Don't forget about that. And also the same here. Yeah, you're gonna say with ref, which is referring to the name of your collection, your users sitting here in this collection. Okay, and also let's require that, because if you want to save it, you should provide that. We don't want to save something that is broken. And also the token must be required true. That's it. Let's create a model for that. So const verification model. So we need also a collection for our verification to save all of collection here. So I'm going to name it verification. In our database will be verifications collection, and everything goes there. The schema that we want to use is verification schema. That's it. Do you have it now in your hand? Already also, or I was fast, I can wait. All right. Let's export our model. So we know that only model is exported from our schema. That's it. Great. We have this. Let's test it now, if it's working. So this is the thing now. If we come to, when we create the user in our database, when we save it, first thing first, I need to prepare an object like this, because I'm going to save it to the verification collection. Yeah, this means I need an object, a user ID inside, which is I'm getting the ID of the user inside of this new user. It's there. And then the token that we need to create it ourselves. And for that, I'm going to use a UUID package. I don't remember it, how to use it. I need to go to UUID npm. Let's see. Yeah, this one. So npm iuuid, importing it in this way, importing v4 or version 4 as UUID from UUID. It's a string, guys. It's telling us it's a string, it's not a number. So we need to change the schema, the type of token, to a string. And just calling the function gives us a random number, a random ID, so to say. Very pretty easy, tiny one, and it's a great one. And look at that. 178 million per week's download. It's a huge use. Let's install it. npm I UUID. All right. Let's import it the way that they said. Import it in this way on the top of my imports, somewhere here, and what? And call the function. Okay, let me take this. So where we want to call the function and create this unique token, somewhere here. Const token equals to this one. And let's console log it actually to make sure if it's working. Console log the token and put a flag token from UUID to test. We're not doing any email, nothing still yet. Just testing the UUID if it's working. And also I want to console log the new user. So token and new user. As you can see, there is an ID inside. Token and new user. Let's register someone to see this console log. Mazam, you are a lot in my database. Let's change it to I don't know if I have Savin. Savin. Bang. Oh, duplicate. I have you. I have the email of Savin. So, Savin2 then. Bang. Alright. Successfully installed, username Savin, email, and so on. But look at the console log now. Somewhere we have a console log, token and new user from UUID. This is the token that is created. We want to put this into email and send Savin the email. What is the Savin email? Here. New user. We have the email of it. Great. And also we need the ID of Savin. The ID of Savin database gave it to us, MongoDB. This is the one that we put inside of this object here that we want to prepare. We have the token. This is the token of the Savin. And who was that? It was Savin with this ID. We prepare this and save it to the verification collection, that we have it somewhere, and then later when the Savin clicks on that, we can find who was that actually. Okay. So we want to prepare such an object. So to prepare such an object, we say const what should we name it? Verification data? I don't know, something like that. That's an object with two things inside. A user. What is the user? It's new user dot underline ID. and the token that we created. Token, which is this one. The object is ready. Now we can save it to the database. Make sense, this thing? How about others? All right, let's save it to our database. How can you save this into the verification database? What you need here? Const, let's say, new verification equals to. What should you write here? Help me to save this object in our database.
We can basically say await new verification.save.
Await
New verification.
new verification is the name of the variable actually. Which tool is responsible for interaction between your database and your app? Like save this, delete that, get that, run that.
What was it?
Yeah.
Async? No.
Shinedu says verification.save. Not save, but we need a model. So we create models to interact with our database. In this case, for example, if I want to save a new user in our database, I need the user model and then create and provide that. If I want to save a product, I need the product model, create and then product information. This is the same. We created a model of verification. It's, I think, verification. We named it. It's inside of this. In our schema, that's a verification model. Dot create, which is responsible for saving. And I need to provide an object. What I want to is verification data. This one I want to save it to the database. Great. That's it. So far, when a user is registered, after that what we do, the only thing that we do, we create a token, a unique one, and we prepare a new object. We called it verification data. In that object we say who was just registered now. We take the ID of that, and then the token that we created here. And we save it to the database in the collection of verification to have it there. This is so far what we do. Let's test it. Okay, let's test it and let's go to the database to check if we have it. If you see it visually, that's much better. Let me close this. I'm gonna go to MongoDB. Let me log in that I can see. If you have Compass, you can log in. Okay, the database that I'm working on is hashing. Okay, I just created that yesterday. Inside of that we have 3 different schemas: products, question. I think it's for before, you don't have it, but we have the users. Okay, this is the users collection that I have in my database: Shnedu, Lutfi, Mazam Yek, Mazam 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the end we had Sabi. Okay, we don't have still a schema of verification because we still didn't save one. Now I want to save the new user. Let's save a new user. I'm gonna create a user named Mickey this time, and the email is Mickey. After registration, we save a token for the Mickey and then the ID of the Mickey in the database. Okay, this is verification failed. Token is a number because we received string. Yeah, that's the thing that I said. UUID returning a string, but we said it should be a number. Let's change this to a string in our schema, because the token that is generated with UUID is a string. Yeah. Let's test it again. I need to register Mickey2, that we don't get duplicate. Bang. Alright, fantastic. Mickey2 is registered, and definitely we don't have any console log, but we can have in our database now a verification collection. So if I refresh, is there any refresh button here? There should be somewhere here. Okay, I'm going to refresh the page anyway. You can see there is a verification collection added. That's our schema and model. If I check inside, you can see we have one document there. A user with this ID, which is definitely Mickey2, and a token that we provided for Mickey. We're going to send this token in email. Yeah. When the Mickey clicks on the email, this will come with request rec.params. We take that and we come to the verification collection here. We say who has this token, and then we know who has it, this user. And this user behind the scene, we can check it, who is this person. It's definitely Mickey2. Makes sense now? More? Okay. Let's do, still we have 5 minutes. Let's do sending email, and then we can go to break. And after the break, we can handle, like create the endpoint for handling when the user clicks on that. It won't take that much time after that. Okay, so a review as a here. User model. A request is coming for registration. So far till here it's fine. We register the user database, and after successfully registration, we create a unique token for this person, and we provide an object with the token provided and the user ID, the new user ID. We save it to the database, this object, and then now I can send the email. So the email will be to who? The first thing is who, which is the new user email. So I'm going to tell new user dot email inside. This is the one. And the next thing is verification link. So this link, so to say. And this link will be, let's create it as a variable. Verification link equals to http / local host 7777 / API / users / verify. We don't have this endpoint yet. After launch we create this endpoint, but just let's send the email. And then a token. The token that we created, this one, this unique token, which is token. This link, we're gonna provide it to our second argument, verification link. So send email function to who and the link, and that's it. If you set up your email correctly, this function is called. To is the one, the new user verification link will be replaced here into an anchor tag, which is a link. They click on it and let's see what happens. Let's test something. In this case you have to register yourself, because if I email Mickey2, we don't have it, yeah? So we cannot see if the email went already or not. We can register ourselves with our email, because I want to see if the email coming to me. I want to register, let's say, me with my real Gmail. Let's say Jacob. That's right. All right. I register me and I send an email to me. In this case, let me send. Hopefully it works. Fantastic. I think we didn't receive any error for me. It says verification email sent. If you receive something in your console log, it's fine. I'm registered. Let me check my email actually. That's other email that I have. I have to go with this email. If it worked for you also, you should receive it to your email, but maybe for the first time you have it in the spam folder. Maybe check your spam. Let me check. Yeah, to me actually. Verify your email address. That's the thing that I received. Something like that. That's the HTML part, and this the verify email button. You can see when I hover on that, look at the link it shows on that here. See? Down here. It's to localhost 77 / API users / verify with that token. So when I click on that, this will make a request to my endpoint. I don't have this endpoint. I get this error, like I cannot find that. We will create this endpoint after launch, but you can see that this is going to one of my endpoints that I am going to create, and we will have access to this token. This is the token also is saved into the database. We just find it. Who has this? Jay has it. Okay, that means Jay clicked on that. Let's change the verification from false to true. Is it working for you, the send email? I'm talking English. Is it working for you or no?
I couldn't follow. I was trying to understand because I got a bit lost, so I have to check after.
All right. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah. That's it for now so far. We were successfully just sending the email, but we are not handling that. At the beginning is, yeah, getting lost, but it's then the same always. All right, let's be back in 1 hour. We continue that, maybe just a half an hour more, and then you're done. Then you can do the exercise. See you in 1 hour.
If you could push your code, we'd be very glad.
Yeah, definitely.